Atlanta, as Kirk Cousins ran back through tunnel number 4 inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium late Thursday night, a small crowd of Atlanta Falcons fans started screaming for his attention, yelling Kirk Cousins, who had just finished the game of his career in a 36-30 overtime win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, looked over, smiled and offered a quick thumbs up. These were the type of moments the Falcons brought Cousins to Atlanta for in March and paid him $180 million to pull off, when it all mattered, in the final moments, in overtime, to make the plays that mean wins over losses. On Thursday night, Cousins did that in a performance that set personal and franchise records. Cousins passed for 509 yards against Tampa Bay, the first time he has ever reached that milestone, breaking his personal best of 460 yards set 2 years ago. He also set a Falcons record for passing yards in a game, snapping a mark set by former Atlanta quarterback Matt Ryan, who threw for 503 yards in 2016 against Carolina. This is the first time doing that, but honestly, needed an extra quarter to get there with overtime. But Zach kept putting the ball in my hand, gave me a lot of at-bats, Cousins said, referring to Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson. It's amazing what you can do when you're out there on the field and you're getting more chances. Coincidentally, it came on a night where Ryan was put in the Falcons' Ring of Honor at halftime. Cousins had opportunity after opportunity to break Ryan's mark. He completed passes to 7 Falcons, including a career-high 12 to receiver Drake London for 154 yards and a touchdown. He also completed 9 to receiver Darnell Mooney for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns and 7 to tight end Kyle Pitts for 88 yards. At different points, Atlanta's players realized Cousins was onto something different Thursday night. Running back Bijan Robinson realized it early in the fourth quarter when Cousins found Mooney for their second touchdown. For Cousins, it came in the second quarter. I threw a couple passes where I was anticipating where Kyle was going to be, where Drake was going to be, Cousins said. And I was ahead of it a little bit in a good way. Threw it decisively. I just hadn't been that decisive the first few weeks. I've been trying to kind of ensure that's where they're going and ensure that's what I'm seeing before I let it trip. On Thursday, he had the confidence, understanding and anticipation he'd been looking for. The kind he had in Washington and Minnesota. He had been searching for it with his Falcons teammates through the first month of the season. And now, it started to flow. He was more comfortable. Falcons coach Raheem Morris said football is all about confidence, and each week he said he has seen Cousins become more confident coming off his season-ending Achilles injury in 2023. On Thursday, there was another step toward what could be possible for the Falcons. Cousins completed 42 of 58 passes with 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. He targeted 4 pass catchers at least 8 times in a back-and-forth game with 5 lead changes. That was crazy, Pitts said, and one of the guys threw for 500, so that was crazy seeing it for myself. He's a true leader like Matt was, and just to have another guy like that, you can learn a lot from him. Yet it was the player Cousins targeted the least who came up with a winning play Thursday night. Hodge, a backup receiver who has made his living in the NFL as a key special teams player who can contribute on offense in a pinch. Twice, London went out with potential injuries, and twice Hodge entered and made a catch, including in overtime. Taking the field with the offense on the Tampa Bay 45-yard line, Hodge caught a 5-yard hook, turned around and started to sprint. Cousins figured it would be a quick gain and that they'd run another play. Instead, Hodge outran most of the Bucs defenders to the end zone. Game over. Back-to-back wins over NFC South opponents secured. A 500-yard game for Cousins achieved. It was Hodge's second career receiving touchdown and his first since 2022. And afterward he ended up on the shoulders of his teammates. I was trying to hold back the tears, Hodge said. But they came out. Opportunities like this had been scarce for Hodge. Much of his career has been moments of spelling resting stars or playing small offensive roles. In only one of his 7 NFL seasons did he play more than 50% of his team's offensive snaps. Cousins found him for the winning play on a night when he routinely found his stars. That pass to Hodge, Cousins said, would be memorable. Cousins showed what he can do when he's healthy and given the ball. Over and over again, he made the right decision and found the right player. It was enough to give the Falcons back-to-back wins, pushing them to 3-2 in a close NFC South, and enough for the team to finally see what it's capable of with its offense and new quarterback.